Now, before I do anything else, I want to encourage you once again to do Centonomy 101. And the reason I say this is because it's something I did that changed the way I thought about my money and thought about my time. I'd just become a parent. And I remember, and I tell the story all the time, Unit 2, time value of money, I think freaked me out. Yeah. And you've seen my Excel sheet where I did the plan all the way till the year 2019. Now here's a funny thing. Nduku is 7. Yeah. 2019 is just...
Yeah.
I know.
And you had a plan.
I had a plan. But I remember the first time I itemized, and then I told myself, if I factor inflation and I accept the school fees will go up 5%, by the time she's going to university, oh dear Lord, what do I need to have done? And I also need to explain this. It wasn't necessarily, oh my God, now I have to stop spending money. No.
Yeah.
I decided there's a lifestyle I like.
Yes.
How
do you sustain?
How do I afford
and I think that's important because a lot of people sometimes fear coming to Centonomy because they're like, oh, these guys are going to tell me to stop spending.
And actually, I can't have mineral water anymore.
We can't. And let me give you my personal motivation for starting Centonomy 101. It started with lunch money, and you've heard this story.
Yes, of course.
When I didn't have money, 300 bob per lunch every day, did the calculations times 30, that was 9,000 shillings. 9,000 shillings times 12, 108,000 shillings. So I sat down and asked myself, what can I do with 108,000 shillings? And to be quite honest, it ended up I can go on holiday. So lunch is holiday. So the class Centonomy 101 is about helping you make those realizations. This I can stop. But this is what really adds value to my life. So if I stop doing this, I can go on holiday, and maybe you don't want to stop the lunch, and that's okay.
That's okay.
How do I
continue
108,000 shillings a year?
So,
and that's why we start with, because a lot of people say, can I just come for the investments class? But I'm like, if we've not gone through, where's your money going at the moment?
There you go.
Just helping you understand. Track your money daily. We give you a tool. Where is your money going every moment? Where are you today? What assets?
You don't ever used to know my bank balance.
Exactly.
Yes. But you know how much you actually have.
How much money?
Go to the ATM. Or these days, you
shares that got lost in an IPO.
I know.
An insurance policy.
Yes.
Some plots of land. Money in the chama. Where are you? And what are the things that are working for you?
And what is wasting your time?
What is wasting your time and should be moved to other places?
Yes.
Do you have debt? Many people have taken on debt but don't understand how debt works. So you feel so trapped in debt. Yet if you understand the science behind debt and how they do the calculations, you can get out of debt.
You can.
Lunch money can get you out of debt. And that's what we actually show you.
Yes.
And come to the time value of money class.
But there was a unit we did where you made us start a business.
Yes.
With, I think, 100,000 bob.
Yes.
That is how I got here.
The world cheats us that if I earn 50,000 shillings, I should only think of opportunities that are when it comes to investments, that is one place you should not think within your means.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes. So what we do is people limit. I earn 50,000, or I earn 100,000 or 300,000. Therefore, I can do this.
Yes.
No, we break you out because most people did not create wealth because of starting from where they were.
No.
So we tell you, you have 100,000 shillings, figure out how to make 25 million shillings.
Yes.
And a lot of people have formed groups and they are actually making that kind of
Exactly.
money. Because wealth creation is a way of thinking. So the guys you're seeing around you who have created wealth, they have just tapped to a different way of thinking, and that's what we do in the class. Yeah.
So I know, Asheka has a lot of other units. There is the Centonomy Entrepreneur, there's what? If you do nothing else for yourself, do Centonomy 101. But I have two caveats.
Yeah.
I wish I had done it earlier. Remember that 25-year-old we all collectively hated in our class? Because she was in college, we were looking at her like, because we would have done things so differently.
Yeah.
If we knew then what we knew now.
But I think that's also why we structure the class, to first make you understand where you are, how money works, your mindset. Because by the time we come to the investment class, whether you're a 25-year-old, 35-year-old, 45-year-old, you will now understand. When we're now doing the investment section of the class, you will be like, okay, I'm 35, but I'm starting later. So these are the kind of investments I need to do. Well, the 25-year-old can start with saving in a relatively, maybe you're like, I need to move faster. The 45-year-old, the same thing. So by the time you come to the investment class, you've done a personal plan. So you're now I know my situation. I've done the calculation, so I know, am I looking for 10% return, 15% return, 20% return?
Yes.
So when I'm listening to the experts who come and teach about investments, then I'm like, this is now what I actually need to do for me, not for everybody else. Nobody comes out of that class with the same plan.
No.
Because you have different goals, different situations in life.
Issues.
So the aim of this course is really you come out with your personal financial strategy and you have defined what wealth means to you.
But also, the other thing I found important and useful is when I saw couples in that class. Because I knew for a fact, you know, people like talking about being an equally yoked. Let me tell you, if you're an equally yoked financially, one will make it, the other person will be like, I can't see why we can't do Dubai every 3 times a year. And not without knowing where that money will come from.
Let me tell you, the money and relationships conversations in those classes, we have a whole module on that.
Yes.
And it's really, you come into this relationship with different backgrounds, different attitudes,
ways of dealing.
Most counseling sessions never address the subject of money properly.
Never.
And then you're expected to be in this marriage and immediately understand, this is what it means to you when you spend, this is what I feel, this is what. You've never, even for yourself, you've never put money together and now you're running a home, you're building a family. So it's actually how to communicate, and for couples to also understand it's a process.
It is.
And sometimes it's, let's work with the small things, like saving to go on a holiday before we figure out saving to buy a house. Then we learn, I think for couples, learn the money language between yourselves. And if you're a couple, we even give you a 10% discount if you come together. Because it actually resolves a lot of problems.
Remember, I love sitting at the back of the class because I can watch everybody else. And watching the couples, you could tell even when they were leaving, they can't even talk to us because they're like, we need to go home and discuss this thing. Because they had gotten a light bulb. So I am very clear, do it. If you can do it early, better. If you've just started earning or you got a promotion and you got a pay rise, stay at where you are. You don't have to move house. Kwani, you're dying in the house you're in. No, you're not. Take the 12-week course. Take it.
And I think you realize you're not alone. People think what they're going through, you're alone.
I know.
You think you're in debt alone? No. You think your investment problems alone?
No.
You think you're in spending problems alone? You think you're the only couple in the world fighting about money?
You know.
And you come to class and suddenly you're like, oh, I'm a normal human being. And a lot of us,
I'm just a smart one who said I need help.
You're the one who's just said, I'm brave enough, I'm courageous enough. I want my life to go in a different direction.
There you go.
Come to class. It's not about scaring you. And we really work with where you are.
And what I like about having this conversation now is that it's a great way to set your focus for your new year. If you lost out in 2018 because you told yourself in January, I will, and then you woke up the other day and guys were saying, dear August, be good to me. Go to class. And then come back and let me know what your 2019 will be like.
Actually, because this is the last quarter, where the intake is in September. At least you learn for the 3 months, and by 2019,
I know you're not wasting time in January and February. Like, this is what we're doing. Because actually, there's certain things you tell us, and we learn in that class. I remember I wasn't a Saturday person. I was in the evening, and I would go and change my standing orders that night. That night, I'm like, what am I doing? And
the way we build the class is to make it practical. So one module, it will make you do something. Next module, so you come out with practical. And the purpose of the class, you know why I started this class? Because it used to annoy me when people talk about people who have created wealth like that from these guys from Mars. Then I'm like, no. But this class is not a class about budgeting. It's a class about wealth creation.
It's not about budgeting, by the way.
It's a class about wealth creation. So it really disturbed me, and I was like, no, God did not put us on earth for only some people to experience this.
There you go.
So that's the motivation. I believe everybody can create wealth, especially if they come to their own definition of what wealth means to them. What life do you want to have? What impact do you want to have? So it's really, really beyond the money. And we're going to address your fears as well. We have fear. With money, we have fears.
I remember I was concerned. But today, when I look at the way I live and think and spend, Centonomy 101 did not squeeze me. It expanded. Yes, I began to think about what do we do with 20 bob differently and multiplying it. I still like seafood. I'm not going to change that. The question is, how can I continue to do this and yet?
And like if I use you as an example, it's also about people realizing what skills do I have? Leave about having money, because a lot of us may not have the money, but I have a skill.
Yes.
And I can,
I came out of Centonomy 101 understanding I'll never be a property developer.
Yeah, but you have a skill that
I have a skill that I can monetize. Yes.
We have a lady who came out of there and said, my goodness, I can bake. And now she's making, she's still working, but she's making an extra 70,000 shillings per month.
Yes.
On her baking. It's just about what do you have, whether it's money or do you have a skill that you're not monetizing. Yeah, and that's what we also look at. We call them non-financial assets.
There you go.
So do come to class.
Centonomy 101. Best thing that happened to me in the last 7 years, without a doubt, other than my daughter.
Very glad.
And I'm telling you, she checked in, I was like, hey? At his school fees for people who can't talk is how much? Well, let's go and see what Centonomy 101 is. There you go. Yeah. Subscribe and come back and register for Centonomy 101. Okay? Great.